boys and girls. We are in language and we are on lesson 153. Today's lesson we are going to continue working on the direct objects and action verbs. Let's look at lesson 153. It is on your worksheet page 272. And what we're going to do is we are going to we are on thing C. We are going to find the action verb and label it A, B. Ask who or what before the verb to find the subject and label it with an S. So we're going to label the subject with an S. We're going to say the subject and verb together and ask whom or what to find the direct object and label it D-O. So we're going to do a few of them. You have 15 of them. We're going to do 5, and then you're responsible to do the next 10. Let's start with number 1. It says the magician pulled a rabbit from his hat. So the first thing that we need to do is look for the action verb. So what is the action verb on this sentence? The magician pulled a rabbit from his hat. The action verb is pulled, right? So that would be my action verb, and I'm gonna mark it AV, okay? Let's see, who pulled? So remember, it says number 2, ask who or what before the verb to find the subject. So who pulled? And that's going to be the magician, right? So the magician would be the subject. And the magician pulled whom or what? So what did the magician pull? And that's going to be a rabbit. So that would be our direct object. So we mark it with a D-O. Let's look at sentence number 2. Mom wrote a check for the groceries. So what is the action verb? That would be wrote, right? That would be the action verb. Who wrote? Who wrote? And that's going to be mom, so that's the subject. Mom wrote what? So a check, right? So that would be our direct object. Okay? Sentence number 3. Do your homework early tonight. Okay? Do your homework early tonight. So what is my action verb? Action verb would be do, right? So you write action verb, AV. Who has to do? Who? That would be, it's not on the sentence, but we're talking, if I say do your homework, I'm talking about you, right? So you would be the subject. And you are going to do what? That would be homework. That's your direct object. So I mark D-O on homework. Okay? Number 4. Little children ask many questions. Little children ask many questions. What is my action verb? That would be ask. So I put AV. Who is asking? Who is asking? That would be children. So I put an S on children. And children are asking what? Questions. So questions would be my direct object. Okay? The last one that we're going to do together is number 5. I forgot my purse. What's the action? Forgot. So that would be my action verb. Who forgot? My subject. Who forgot? I. So that would be my subject. And what did I forget? My purse. So that would be my direct object. Purse. Okay? So we did 1 through 5. You are going to finish the rest. Let's look at thing D. Sorry. Thing D. Thing D says If the direct object is a personal pronoun, it must be me, you, him, her, it, us, them. It says underline the correct pronoun, label the subject, the action verb, and the direct object. Okay, so we're gonna do two of them. First sentence, it says, Jesse met Logan and I meet at the bus stop. So what is the action verb? The action verb would be met. Okay, that would be your action verb. Who met? So Jesse. Jesse would be the subject. Who met Jesse? That would be Logan. That's your direct object. Jesse met Logan and I or me? That would be me. So that would be the other direct object, me, at the bus stop. Number 2, she invited you and I, me, to go skating with her. So what is my action verb? That would be invited. Who invited? She invited. So she is a subject. She invited. Who did she invite? So you would be the direct object. She invited you and me is the other direct object. So I put BO. Okay? And that's how you're gonna continue working on that. Let's look at our other page. Our other page says detecting direct objects. So it says here, the object of a preposition will never be direct object. Example, he gave a book to me. Me is not the direct object because it is the object of the preposition to. So for that reason, it cannot be a direct object. So if we look at it on Think A, it says, underline each subject 1 time and verb 2 times. Write DO, which is direct object, above each direct object. So let's go over the first sentence. It says, Jesus loves the little children of the world. What is the subject? It's going to be Jesus. So we underline it once. And what is the verb? The verb is loves. So that would be underlined twice. And who does Jesus loves? That would be children. So children are the direct object. Number 2, Mark read the parable of the sower. So who is the subject? It would be Mark. We underline it once. What does Mark do? He read, so that you would underline it twice. And what does he read? The parable, so that would be your direct object. Number 3, the kitten knotted the yarn. So who are we talking about? The kitten. So kitten will be underlined once because that's the subject. What did he do? He knotted, so that's the verb. We underline twice. And what did he knotted? The yarn, so that would be our direct object. For number 4, the teacher read a story after lunch. Who are we talking about? Who's the subject? That would be teacher. What did she do? She read. That would be our verb. What did she read? A story. So story would be the direct object. On number 5, the angel rolled the stone away. So who is the subject? The angel. What did the angel do? Roll. This underline twice. What did he roll? The stone. So that would be our direct object. Think B. It says label the subject, verb, and direct object in each of the following sentences. So more practice. Mother picked some pretty flowers for us. Who are we talking about? Mother, so that would be the subject. What did she do? What's the verb? It would be picked. And what did she pick? Flowers. So flowers would be the direct object. Number 2. Grandmother read a story to my little sister. Who are we talking about? Grandmother. That would be the subject. What did the grandmother do? She read. That would be the verb. What did she read? A story. That would be my direct object. Number 3. We ate hamburgers for lunch. Who are we talking about? We. We is the subject. What do? We ate. Ate is the verb. What did we eat? Hamburgers. That's the direct object. Number 4. Jacob hid Moses in the bulrushes. So who are we talking about? Jacob. What did he do? Hid. That would be the verb. Who did he hid from? Moses. So that would be the direct object. And lastly, number 5. Dad fed the crying baby. Who are we talking about? Dad. That is the subject. What did Dad do? Fed. Who did he feed? Baby. So baby is the direct object. Okay, so for this lesson, you're gonna finish both pages, 272 and 273. We did a few of the sentences together, so now you should feel more familiar and comfortable in finishing this on your own. Make sure that you complete all the sentences in both pages. And this lesson was you working and identifying your subjects, verbs, and direct objects. This is all for today. I will see you tomorrow.